Well, John Rich had it easy because he didn't have to deal with Star Jones, NeNe Leakes, and Dionne Warwick. Okay? Was there Xanax in the green room?
None. None whatsoever. You know what I used?
What?
My deafness.
See, now that's where being deaf comes in handy.
I just took off my hearing aids or I turned my head. I wouldn't look at Jack. They would just go and talk and talk and talk. I wouldn't look at Jack at all.
Were you disappointed that Star didn't vote for you? You did raise $30,000 for her.
Absolutely.
She should have voted for you.
I was stunned.
You were stunned.
Stunned. I mean, we worked together from day one until the very end. I mean, well, at least till she became the final. We became the final four. And I thought, I mean, I had her trust. She had my trust. We were friends. We were good team players. I mean, we really were. We really, really were.
So why do you think she didn't vote for you?
I have absolutely no idea. She hasn't even called me to say, you know, to explain her case.
What's your theory? She wanted to vote for a man, maybe?
Maybe because she wasn't happy with ASAP in general, the team that we were on. She was always, you know, there was always a lot of bickering. And then when she got into working with the team backbone, I mean, she was the only woman there, and so she was in charge in that respect.
She liked that.
And she liked all the attention, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know, because she wanted to be the winner. And she was there, right there with John Rich. She was the winner because she was fired. Remember, she was fired.
Yes, and she didn't take it easily either, it looked like.
Well, she didn't take it easily, but she fought. She's a fighter. I admire her for that. I admire her for that. But at the same time, I think because John Rich won and she did his last task, okay, fine. She wanted to be part of the winning team, quote unquote.
I see. Well, all right, whatever. Now, what happened to Dionne Warwick? Why wasn't she there last night?
Dionne Warwick, I believe, was in London working.
Oh, so
maybe she thought that all those deaf kids on the stage were too sad. As she said, deafness was sad during the show.
Right.
In the book, when we said we were going to write a book, and I said, let's have a deaf character. Let's put a deaf character for a lion who can't roar because he's deaf. Show about diversity and overcoming disabilities. She goes, no, Marlee, you can't do that. Children will be sad with a deaf character. It'll be too sad.
Oh, and
I'm thinking, what?
That's not very supportive.
It's not very supportive, but then that's also not very intellectual either.
The last thing I think about you, Marlee, is that you're sad. You're not sad.
No.
You know, so that is crazy. All right, so tell me about the after party. Any dish about the after party? Anything?
Oh, yes, there is actually some
Come
dish.
on, let's hear it. Come on.
How much do you have to pay me under the tip? No. You can give me a Red Bull later.
Okay.
Diet. I'm not a party person. I'm not a club person. I have 4 kids with me, and my husband was there, and my family, and 20 people, and whatever it was. But I went into the party, and just before I got in the party, I got into an elevator.
Yeah.
And it happened to be with NeNe and her group of people. Jack and I were in this elevator. And we were all coming in, and it was getting a little crowded, and then all of a sudden, there was a fight. Oh. Gary Busey wanted to get into the elevator, and he pushed one of NeNe's girlfriends.
Uh-oh.
And you don't push a woman. You don't push a woman.
No.
And so then NeNe's guys pushed back, and it got to be into a screaming match, and it got physical, and NeNe really wanted to take over. But we were like, no, NeNe, no, not in an elevator. It got really scary.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's still insane.
It's like a bunch of gang leaders. You know, they should have motorcycle jackets.
The show is over.
And they're still fighting. It's exhausting. You seem exhausted from the experience, are you?
I'm exhausted. And listen, the experience was absolutely rewarding. In all honesty, I learned a lot from Mr. Trump.
Right.
In terms of business. And I learned about how to run things, how to brand, how to create commercials. I mean, that's not something I've ever done before.
Right.
And now I memorize lines. I know how to act. I can write a book.
Right.
But I'm a mom.
This is different.
And this was the best part.
Well, now, do you think he should have run for president?
Listen, I'm a Democrat. And
wait a minute, you're a Democrat, so do you think it had something to do with picking John Rich, who's a Republican like he is? Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I haven't had a conversation with Mr. Trump about the decision he made. I can't really assume what he thinks or what his decision was based on.
Right.
I would like to know, though. But at the same time, he has a right to run for president. He's just like any American. I would listen to what he has to say.
But would you have voted for him? No. Did anybody say something
I mean,
to him?
And it has nothing to do with him personally. It has nothing to do with him personally. His political views are just different than what I believe in. That's
right.
all. What I support.
When that whole thing with the birther controversy was coming down, did anybody say anything to him? No.
Listen, I really didn't even want to get involved in that. I mean, he really did get Obama, I guess, to pay attention.
You know, but why does everybody have to call him Mr. Trump? Does Melania have to call him Mr. Trump also?
I actually don't know. I can't hear them. That's why I can't hear them.
I mean, Dionne Warwick is older than he is, and she had to call him Mr. Trump. Give me a break.